Good day. My name is Tristan Martin. I'm going to talk to you about the cropshare project that we've been working on. The idea of the cropshare project is a an application that farmers can talk to grocers and just individual people about what they're growing. So a farmer may need manpower, so they could request help from other users. They can post how much produce they have to sell. They can have interactions with sellers to create deals. Any transaction like that could also go through us. But we are mainly just a communication platform in between all of the parties. Um, a little quick summary of that what we've been working on so far is mainly just the planning of it. We have went over the team charter and project charter of like what we want to be as a team and what we want the project to become. We have talked to our customer, uh, Randy Dodson, and we've been working on getting a minimum viable product, which we got in our last meeting, which is obviously a good place to start. And then here towards the very ending of this iteration, we have worked on creative planning for our next iteration. Uh, the next iteration is going to be mostly learning how we want to set up all the interfaces and how we can create the infrastructure that we want to have. One major spike that we're going to have, information spike, is going to be for databases. We have to learn, one, how to set up a database, how to interact with a database, how to interact to that database through a web browser as well as an application if we get as far as we would like to in the fall semester. The other major parts is we want to get the user interface layouts at least completely designed by the time this first iteration is of this next iteration, so then we can know what we're going to be working with whenever we're trying to code in all the back end stuff. And I will pass it off to Dewey to talk about the rest.
Hi, this is Dui. Today I'm gonna talk some about our cropshare team report. Summary and plan the next iteration. Tristan just introduced that before. So I'm gonna talk about our retrospective. We list like these 6 questions for our. I think we need answer, and we just vote in a poll everywhere and static our answer. First one, what is standing in the way of progress? And we all people just vote finals for 6 votes. Not being able to test what we want to use, we have 4 votes, and getting stuck with one idea, picking a language or idea flow early on in plan, then refusing to change too much, it's 3 votes. And for a second question, is there anything that you would like to change? I think we all vote more organized session to accomplish work together as a group or subgroup and work harder and work smarter. The third question, what did we do well on this iteration? I think we did the best in this iteration is narrow down our MVP. It's really important to do our project, and we contacting our customer Randy and organize meeting is also do really good. For fourth question, what did we do poorly on this iteration? I think we do really well on planning meeting with our customer Randy, and oh sorry, it's mean we do really poorly on plan meeting with Randy and not have enough question to ask Randy. And for fifth question, what question do you have about the project or process? And it's not so much question, just basic some problem about this project. And the sixth question, what action items need to be addressed? I think not so much. Only one is writing down information for and we have our spider diagram for our like rating happiness for team, and we have really good team communication, team cooperation, workload, and stakeholder engagement. We just our project progress just a little bit low. I think we need work harder in next revision or next semester. That's all. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Aaron Heiberger with Team Cropshare. I'm here to just go over some changes that have gone on in the user stories during iteration 0. So as you can see here, we've streamlined our user system. We're planning on just having a general user with all the features available, at least for at first. We understand that may need to change for legal reasons or other things or just convenience. But now we have original landholders from the original idea of the project. But now we have consumers with grocers and restaurants, and we have producers with farmers and sharecroppers, and then we have farmhands as well. And so those two middle categories have been added on since talking to Randy, and we've kind of gotten a better idea of how this project has shaped up and what Randy has in mind as opposed to what we saw in the YouTube video. Although the YouTube video material is still very much present. We, in talking to Randy, we found out that the main focus of the project is going to focus on produce rather than land. So our MVP has been changed, and it reflects that. The first few items here are unchanged. They're just we want to be able to manage contact information. We want to be able to have accounts associated emails. We want to be able to use their email address to get back in when locked out. We want to be able to create an account associated email choice, yada, yada, yada. And able to display contact information so that they can contact each other. That's all essential. We added this feature here, the downloadable PDF tutorial. This is kind of a more accessible way to get people into the app quickly without much confusion. Later on, we have plans of doing a more interactive tutorial in tandem with that. But we feel that this is the most bare bones essential tutorial that we could provide. And then we have the main part of the MVP right here, where you have the producers, the farmers and sharecroppers. They need to be able to post the produce they have available, including price and quantity. And we have the consumers, which are the grocers and restaurateurs. They need to be able to post the produce and quantity that they need. So this is kind of just going to connect the two of them together. And that was kind of the main point that Randy got across to us that we need in this project to consider it successful. We would also like to be able to track how up-to-date produce offers are. We'd also like to be able to track the quantities automatically, although we don't consider that to be an essential feature, and we would like to just include that in later after we get the bare bones done. Of course, we also care about personal information and privacy. Some good crypto in there. We'd like to customize our profile pic. Let's see how many times the page has been viewed. None of this has changed. Rate interactions. We like forum. We may get to that. Private chat. We may get to that. The interactive guide. Again, this is sort of what will go alongside the PDF. And then we have the original concept of the project about the landholders contacting the farmers, and the farmers contacting the landholders and talking about land. Still going to be there. It's just no longer front and center anymore. Yeah, browse, rate their experience. Producers like to search properties. And then producers would also like to be able to post job openings. So another element of the project that we discovered when talking with Randy is that employees need to be able to communicate with farmers. So farmers will like post job offerings, and then employees will be able to browse a list of those job offerings online. And yeah, that takes care of it. Thank you. I'm going to hand it off to the next presenter, and thank you for your attention.
My name is Michael Lieb, and I will be going over the app flow right now. And so, when the user first enters the app, they will be asked to sign in. If they haven't already signed in, then they will sign up for an account, and that will go to a database. If they have already signed up for an account, then they will go to their profile page, and from there they will be able to see their crops, how many people they know. They'll be able to edit things and add crops. There will be a forum page as well, so that users of the app can get together and discuss about the app, outside of the app, and ongoings in the farmer world. And then you will also be able to, as a user, search for grocers to sell to, and as a non-farmer or even as a farmer, you'll be able to look at farmers to that have land that they are willing to give out.
Alright, so I'm going to be going over the UI design. So for the login page, we have the title for cropshare and then a place for them to enter in their username and password. And if they don't have an account, then they'll be able to register using this button. And then going on to the main page, it'll bring up. So we'll have different tabs that the users can select. The grocer, which will display their setup for that, and they'll be able to edit that. And then one for farmers also. Additionally, the profile page, where they'll be able to edit their own contact information. And then also the favorites tab to be able to look up your favorite grocers or farmers. And then also a search tab. Let's see. And then later on, we might be adding different things in this area. And then as far as the grocers tab, so the user will be able to find local grocers or the ones that are currently online, or they could search top rated, and then here they'll be able to view all that with the different filters. And here's how a sidebar where they'll be able to use the other functions. And then for the farmers here, it'll be the same thing, except same as the grocers, but they'll be looking at their favorite farmers. For the profile page, where they'll be editing their own information, so we can have their preferred hours of communication, as well as a phone number and email, and other stuff that we might add. And as for the favorites page, so we can automatically provide their most bought from, or the user can flag certain users as favorites, and then they can edit and delete those as needed. And I think that's all. And so that'll cover our current UI design for cropshare.
For this iteration, I researched how we would combine the databases and the internet together. I found out that we're going to write that we can write our database program in MySQL, and then have an index.html file, which would basically be the website. And as we write in the website's code to connect the website with the database, we're going to use we can use PHP. That way we can use MySQL code in PHP and connect the database to the website and function like that. I also researched how would we get the website up onto the actual internet and looked up the prices for that. But that's about it for this iteration on that.